Hello guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be continuing on that train that we were starting on the last couple of videos. We're getting rid of some plants. So today we are going to be doing the just like prep of the plants, basically just like cleaning off the leaves. That's why I have these fuzzy, nice like microfiber gloves that we're going to use to wipe off all of these leaves, check everything for pests, and then we're going to be taking a couple pictures of each plant, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I do just like a group listing on Facebook Marketplace. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys if you are, just starting to want to sell like honestly anything on Facebook Marketplace, because I know it can be a little bit confusing, especially just like picking how you want people to pick up and making sure that you have the correct zip code, all that stuff. So we will go through all of that today in this video. But first, we're going to start just one by one, wiping down the leaves and taking photos of each plant. So let me show you the little setup that I have here real quick. Okay, so we're in the plant room here. I have got all of the plants that we're going to be listing for sale on the ground in front of me. I've got a plant stand here, so I'm going to set the plants here to just like clean them off and then to take the photos. So we're just going to get like a little assembly line going here. Let's get started. So hopefully you can kind of see me here. I've got my plant stand here. Now I think I want to start with like this biggest plant first and just get it out of the way. Am I super crazy bright? Let me turn off one of these lights. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a little bit better. So, oh, this guy's got water in the saucer, so I gotta be extra careful. But we're gonna do this big old philodendron jungle boogie first. I guess I really didn't need to lift it off the ground, did I? Well, I guess we'll do the bottom leaves first. Okay, so I really do actually need a little bit more light, don't I? Oh no. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Now I've got a little bit more light on me so I can actually see what's going on with these leaves and make sure there's nothing crazy going on. I am maybe gonna cut off some of these like really ugly leaves, like this guy for sure can go, and I can take off these bits of, what are you called? Plant Velcro, because they're not doing any good. Okay, so these gloves make cleaning so easy. You'd think I would do it more, but I don't. But yeah, you literally just kind of gently wipe on both the front and backs of the leaves. It's also nice to get the petioles too if it's been a while. This leaf is really ugly as well. I'm gonna pull this off. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm already ready to set this guy down. Maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit better too, actually. Hopefully that's a bit better for you. All right, I've got this big sucker here, and I am just gonna start wiping these down. Easy peasy. Now, I think I mentioned in that last video where we were picking out which plants was going to get rid of, that this has got a lot of sun stressing, or really just like sun damage on a lot of these leaves. Like that's what this like reddish orangey color is from that you're seeing here on some of these leaves. It was just way too close to my Soltech grow light. That sucker is powerful. So yeah, it just got blasted way too much. I've got another super ugly leaf. We're just gonna get rid of it. Whatever. And then yeah, I'm obviously gonna be listing all these plants for very cheap, just to get them out of my house, get them out the door, get them into someone else's caring hands, because I wish I cared more about them, but I just simply don't right now. And I think that's okay. The first step is acceptance. Am I right? So I've accepted the fact that I cannot properly care for these plants. So it's just what's best for everybody. And then hopefully someone will be excited to, score some cool plants that they can like rehab Some of them don't really need rehab. They're just like kind of wonky. But yeah, okay, let's see. Did I miss any leaves? I missed this guy. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna set her back on here real quick. It looks cool from this angle. Okay. You know, like, you don't need to get crazy when you're taking pictures unless you're like really want to get detailed if you have damage or pests or something like that. If you do have pests, I recommend just like not selling your plants, you know what I mean? But if you do, definitely let that be known that's a situation if that is the case. But yeah, you don't need to go crazy with pictures, just like 1 to 3, I feel like will suffice. Okay, first one's done. I'm actually gonna put this guy back out where it was, just so that this isn't all like cluttered and crazy in here. So I'm not gonna lie, that looks so much better already. Just being clean. Okay, let's see who's gonna be next. Let's get these suckers back on. Oh, I put them on backwards, but you can kind of already see like the dust that I got off of that one plant. Pretty good. All right, let's do this big ugly guy next. Can you kind of see him here? This is a Alocasia wentii or something like that. Hold on, let me grab some scissors. I don't know where I put those. Oh, I just reminded myself too, because I saw the twine that I bought, but I was really wanting to try to situate some sort of trellis type situation off on like one of the little side sections of my grow tent on the inside, obviously. And so I bought some like, some like nice looking, just like white twine stuff. I found it on sale at Walmart, so I figured I would give it a go. I haven't done it yet, but I'm super excited. So I'm gonna do that obviously in a video for you guys so that you can see if it's a success or just like a brutal failure one way or the other. But yeah, I think that'll be super cool. And just kind of like, my plan is just to like tie up the twine, you know, like horizontally across the, like the bones of the, I can't talk. The bones of the grow tent. There we go. Goodness gracious. And then yeah, just some going vertically, obviously, just like on that little side panel. And that way I can tie plants up to it. And I think with it being, like a kind of like almost braided twiney material, but that's softer than twine. I'm doing a terrible job describing it, but you'll see it when I do the video. But I think it being that kind of material will lend itself to like being easy to grab onto by plants that are trying to grow on up it. So I'm hoping that it works out. I've had this like little vision for it for a while, so I'm just hoping to bring it to fruition here. Okay, this terribly needs water. I should water it before I list it, but we're just gonna list it. We're just gonna take the picture. Who cares? So ugly, oh my goodness. Ugh. Oof, that is ugly. Okay, I've got 2 or 3 halfway decent pictures there. Yikes. This is a Baltic Blue Pothos. I am gonna wanna keep this pot that it came in. It's just one of those like Costa Farms pots, but it's self-watering and I actually really like it. So before, you know, if it does sell, when it sells, before it does, or before I like give it away, I'm having a really hard time talking. So I'm so sorry. I'm probably so annoying to listen to. But yeah, before someone like comes to pick it up or whatever, I will just transfer it to a nursery pot. So I will make sure to note that in the listing because I am taking pictures of it in this pot. So I'll just make sure to put a little asterisk in the description that says, you know, will be sent off in a nursery pot so that they're not expecting that and then feel like they're getting gypped or something. I just want them to know exactly what they're getting. Baltic blue poth. I think that just calls for one picture. One and done for the, oh, I didn't even clean off the leaves, but I did hose it down in the sink just the other day when I watered it, so it's fine. Now, what's nice is there are a few plants that aren't gonna need a wipe down at all because just of the nature of the leaves, like an Alocasia frydek or something like that, doesn't require any sort of wipe down, so that's really, really nice. This little guy is like a rickrack cactus or some junk, I don't even know. I'm having a heck of a time with my schmangling, so I apologize if it's super weird, but whatever. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, you see that? See that cute face? Whoa. Okay, so this is our little rickrack. This one is going to be super annoying to try to like really clean. Well, no, maybe it'll just be satisfying. Let's just go one little frond at a time and take our time and just like run your fingers down each one. We'll tear off little dead bits as we go. Hopefully, mostly just dead bits and not egger bits. Egger bits. Did I tell you this already? My little brother, he's not little anymore. He's like 26, but he'll always be my little baby brother. When he was little, he loved milk. And he loved chocolate milk and like regular milk, right? But he couldn't say regular yet, so he called it egger milk. So he'd be like asking for some milk and we'd be like, what kind do you want? He'd be like, egger or chocolate. So cute. So still to this day, if we're calling something like a regular something, it's egger, you know? So cute. Do you guys have anything like that from growing up where you like, you know, have this cute little kid speak for something and you and your family still use that lingo to this day? Drop it in the comments. I love hearing about that kind of stuff. It's so cute. I feel like we have a lot of stuff. Like my parents, well, and my brother, my family still calls me Sissy because that's what my little brother called me growing up, a sissy. So even now, if he's like pissed at me about something, which, you know, we don't live near each other now, so he has no reason to be pissed at me, unfortunately, you know, sibling thing. But even when he would be like upset with me now as like, you know, an adult, he'd be like, sissy, what the hell? And it's just so sweet. It's so stinking cute. Man, love my little brother. Such a little turkey. I'm trying to convince him to move to Colorado. I know he won't. But every time I talk to him, I'm like, you know, there's all these things that you would like. But I know it's not going to happen. That's all right. We can hope. Y'all, if you need some like an excuse to like take a second to relax and like let go of things in your brain or like really think through things in your brain for a while, get yourself some microfiber gloves, a microfiber towel, a regular towel, whatever, a rag, whatever, and just sit down, take a plant in front of you. Don't get overwhelmed with a bunch of plants. Just take one plant in front of you, one leaf at a time, one frond at a time, whatever, and just wipe it off. Just one at a time. We're not in a rush. This feels like oddly therapeutic. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable. And then, oh, we noticed a little part here that's not looking so hot. There's actually a few parts in here that aren't looking so hot that I could maybe clip out of here, perhaps. Okay. if it's just like wonky and ugly little parts, like that wasn't dead. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of ugly. So we're just gonna get rid of it. Whatever. Make it a little bit more appealing to look at. Okay, I think I got pretty much everything. Let's go ahead and take a couple quick pictures of this little guy. And maybe I'll get lucky, you know what I mean, in posting these plants all at once, and maybe someone will be like, I'll take them all. Give me a deal. And I'll be like, sweet deal. So you never know. You never know what could happen. All right, gotta get that over there. I don't want to mix up any ones that I'm not having to wipe down. All right, let's see what's next. I've had way too much caffeine today for the day, just for the day, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to say. This one I'm nervous about having pests just because of the way this leaf looks right here. Figure it out, Liz. But yeah, just because of the way this leaf looks, it just looks kind of screwy. Both the color, the texturing on the leaf, it doesn't look quite right to me. That indicates to me that there's maybe, oh, wrong way, that there's maybe some sort of pest or something like that going on. So we're definitely going to be extra careful in checking over this one. These ones, these like larger leaves are so much more fun and like quick to go through because you just grab either side, give it a little swooshy swoosh. This one's so thirsty too, but who cares? I'll water them. I'll water them later. Later. How many fun stills can y'all get a video of me just like panicking? All right, let me just go through and kind of wipe down the petioles. I am going to avoid ones that I see a bunch of extra floral nectaries on. Extra floral nectars. Whatever, you know what I'm saying, the sappy stuff. I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible just because it's annoying. But the burl marks is a plant that definitely gets quite a bit of those extra floral nectars, extra floral, whatever, you know what I'm saying. All right, this one, super wonky, but also super cute. You know what I mean? Who doesn't love a wonky plant? So me, sometimes, frankly. Right now, I'm not loving it, but someone's bound to love it. I do want to take a couple cuttings of this guy first. We'll wipe down the leaves first. This is my Hoya pubic calyx, like purple Hawaiian or Hawaiian purple, something like that. When the leaves come in, when it's getting like proper light and everything, they're super dark purple. They're really, really pretty. And then they just fade to this green, obviously. Wipe these suckers down. But I do think I mentioned this in the video when we were gathering all these plants, but I do think I want to take a few cuttings of this plant just so that I have some, you know? Oh, did you hear those? Was each knee cracking? Okay. Took 2 cuttings, maybe a little bit greedy there on my part, but you know what? Whatever. Now let's do the, what's that sucker called? Philodendron Painted Lady. This is one that I thought I wanted so bad. Honestly, no, I take that back. I did not want this plant for a while when I first saw it, but then it's one that like really started to grow on me the more I started seeing it around, and then I saw it in person and I was like, now's my shot. But I just don't love it. Yeah, I just don't love it. So, and I think if I was being honest with myself, when I first saw it, I would have not bought it because it's just not the best specimen. And maybe it could be, you know, and I'm just like not willing to give it that chance. That's probably most likely. But yeah, it's, you know, just one of those plants that like if I were to find later on and it looked really, really good and it was like a nice large specimen of a plant, oh, I'm getting so blown out, then, you know, then I'd probably go for it, maybe. But I'd have to really love it, you know, because this one, I don't love that this plant, ooh, it does just like fade to a regular green leafed plant. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't stay, this pretty leaf right here, it won't stay like that. You know, it'll fade to just kind of boring ass green. And I want something more exciting. That's like gonna stay exciting. You know what I mean? Because that just doesn't really get me going. I'm not loving that. So, yep, it's time for it to go. Ooh. Bye-bye. Let's be honest about the ugly backside as well, okay? Like this is a cute from one angle only plant. Oh, and that's okay. But I do just want to be honest about that with my photos because I feel like with some of the other plants, it's really obvious like what the good side is and what the bad side is. And with this one, you might see it from this angle and be like, ooh, that's like a super luscious plant, perhaps all the way around, and then be super disappointed when you turn it around and see this. So I just don't want that to be the case when someone, you know, comes to purchase this little guy from me. This is one that I really hemmed and hummed over for quite some time. At first I was like, no brainer, but then I really looked at it and was like, okay, well, it actually is looking kind of good. But pretty much since I bought it and repotted it, it's just looked freaking sad. Like, why is it so sad? So yeah, but these leaves are actually looking kind of perky and they are just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. But I don't love it. And it's a different Bacchia, like reflector or something like that perhaps. And I just know when I have like the space for it again, I'll be able to find like a really nice big one because that's really what I want. I don't want a little one. I want a big one if I'm gonna have one like this. So yeah, this didn't really need much of a, we're just gonna cut this off. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not gonna trim ugly parts off. We're just gonna cut the whole ass ugly leaf off because who cares? Okay. This is what we're left with. I honestly think it looks better now than it did before with all the other ugly leaves on there. So I'm gonna kind of set that like so. Ooh, that works out really nicely. And then I'll take a quick snapple doodle of it. Beautiful. One and done. Easy. Amazing. Okay. I think the rest of these plants I can just take pictures of. Hell yeah. Okay. Some of them are so ugly, dude. All right. Now listen. Listen. Some of these are really bad. And I don't want you judging me. Deal? Okay. How am I gonna do this? I gotta be smarter. I'm gonna be smarter than the stand. All right, so I have two ugly little alocasia frydix. Like, what the fuck is going on here? We just potted this up together in a recent video, like 2 videos ago, I think now for you. So it's super wonkadonk still because it was growing like super tight. in a little prop situation. So now it's just super wonky. I'm gonna take a picture of both of these guys together and just be like, you know, A and B or whatever. See what the people are thinking, you know? Let's just see about it. Why am I so blown out? I apologize. So we'll hold that away. Ooh, let's do this little guy. This is the rabbit foot fern. I do need to like try to get some of these dead crispies off of here. Like I could see them earlier. I can't really see them now for some reason. My eyes like not finding the crispies, but I know they're in here. So I'm just like feeling around. The crispies are blending in with the little tarantula legs. That's what's happening. There she is, looking just okay. Cute little spider legs. Alrighty, take a picture of this guy. This is one that I'm probably gonna get a few photos of, just because it looks kind of cool and different from a bunch of angles, just because of those feet. Beautiful. Look how short my sleeve is. How dumb is that? So frustrating. Okay. And it didn't shrink. It was like that when I bought it. Little pedatum. It's actually better lighting there. Alocasia bambino. Now I am going to take a picture of this Alocasia bambino in this cover pot, but I will not be sending the cover pot with it. So once again, I'm just going to make sure to note that in the listing that it'll just be coming in its nursery pot. No big deal. And then this little guy, I'm just going to like send with someone if they buy one of the Alocasia. And then same with, I have a bunch of other like little teeny tiny random things, like just little random propagations that I'm gonna get rid of. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, this looks so terrible. I'm gonna throw this away. I would feel bad selling this to anyone because it just looks so shit. And I know it will look slightly better once it gets a good watering, but it's still not gonna look great. And I know that because that's how it's been the last few times after I watered it. It looks a little bit better. The color comes back a little bit, but it just never looks great. So this one is going in the garbage and I don't even feel bad about it. That felt way too easy. My goodness, you guys, I think we are officially done with getting all of those photos taken. Now, the next part of this video, whoa, where'd I go? The next part of this video, I'm going to be doing a little bit later, just because it's getting a little bit later right now and I'm losing all of my decent natural sunlight. So, and I need to take my dogs for another WALK. So I'm going to leave it here for this time or for this portion. And I will see you back in just a second for you, but probably like tomorrow for me, or maybe even a little bit later. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.